Hi everyone, we're going to use the product rule to differentiate the function, and basically we have a product of two functions, so f times g, and we want to differentiate both of them. So we're going to multiply the first function by the derivative of the second function and then add it to the second function multiplied by the derivative of the first function. And so we're going to try this one. And when you do this, we're going to write, this is our first function, so we just write it down and take the derivative of the second function. That's going to be 2x minus 2. All right, then we're going to add the second function, which is x squared minus 2 times the derivative of the first function, which is just 2x. And then all you have to do is clean this up, and we're going to get this. This is derivative of g in this one. So when you FOIL this out and clean it up, you're going to get 2x cubed minus 2x squared plus 2x minus 2 plus 2x cubed minus 4x squared. And that equals 4x cubed minus 6x squared plus 2x minus 2. So pretty simple. And we're going to do 6 problems total. The last 2, I think, involved sine and cosine. So here we have one very similar. So I'm going to take the derivative of f. So I write down the first function and multiply it by the derivative of the second function. Then I add the second function, times the derivative of the first function, which is just 6. So then all you have to do is simplify, and this is going to be 18x cubed plus 15x squared plus 6x cubed minus 12, and this simplifies to 24x cubed plus 15x squared minus 12. Okay, the next one involves the square root, so we want to take the derivative of h of t. And remember, this can be rewritten as t to the 1/3 times t squared plus 4. So I'm going to write down the first one. We can just write, I'm going to write it as t to the 1/3. T to the 1/3 times the derivative of the second function plus the second function times the derivative of t to the 1/3, which is going to be 1/3 t to the negative 2/3. Now we're going to clean this up, and we're going to get, we have a t here, and that's t to the 1, so that would be t to the 3/3. So you could write this as t to the 3/3. Because t to the 3/3 is 1. So that's going to give you 2t to the 4/3 for this first part. And the second part, let's just clean this up a little bit. We have t squared plus 4 over 3 t to the 2/3. Now, if we want to have the common denominator of 3t to the 2/3, then I merely have to multiply this over 1, multiply those two, and we're going to get 7. Well, basically, that's going to be what? 6t to the 6/3, which is squared, because this would be t to the 4/3 times t to the 2/3. That's t to the 6/3. So that's t squared. And then plus t squared plus 4. So that equals 7t squared plus 4 over 3t to the 2/3. And the next one is another square root. So take the derivative of x, of g, so this is s to the 1/2, and the derivative of this piece is negative 2s. And then you add the second function times the derivative of this one, which is going to be 1/2 s to negative 1/2. Now, for this one, again, I'm going to write this s to the 2 over 2, because that equals 1. So you're going to get negative 2s to the 3/2. And this is going to be 4 minus s squared over 2 s to the 1/2. Now, we want the same common denominator. So my common denominator is going to be 2s to the 1/2. So you multiply those two, and you're going to get negative negative 4 s, and you add those up, and that's going to be 4/2, so that's going to be squared, plus 4 minus s squared. So that's going to equal 4 minus 5 s squared over 2 s to the 1/2. Alright, and the last two involve cosine and sine. So we can take the derivative of f. I write down x cubed. Derivative of cosine is sine. And then you say plus, write down the second function, and take the derivative of the first function, which is 3x squared. And that's going to give you let's see. If I do this part first, well, this is going to be, I'll do this part first. So we're going to get 3x squared cosine of x sorry. This should have been minus. So minus sine of x. And this will be minus x squared sine of x. So basically on this one, you would have at negative x squared sine of x plus 3x squared cosine of x. That's fine, but usually they don't like to lead with the negative. So that's why we rewrote it. Okay, the next one is the same thing. So we're going to take the derivative of g. So I write down x to the 1/2. Derivative of sine is going to be cosine of x. And then I write down sine of x and take the derivative of x to the 1/2, which is going to be 1/2 x to the negative 1/2. And then you write all this out, and you're going to get square root of x times cosine of x plus sine of x, and this is going to be 1 over 2 square root of x. Now we want the common denominator to be, we could just leave it like that if you want. So you want to make it a little nicer. Let's put this in front. And that's all. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.